Talking about Adelaide Tonight before we went to the break and all that, when I was on Adelaide Tonight, this young guy started off in Brisbane and he absolutely brained him. No one ever did a better version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow as our next guest, Mr. Billy Thorpe. Billy, g'day, Bill. Good to see you again, mate.
Good to see you.
It was the best version ever. And he used to stand at the top and, somewhere, you know, I used to love it. He was the best dressed bloke in the world.
That's it. Do you still sing like that? Still same style?
No.
No?
No, I don't do ballads.
You don't do ballads? You got right into the rock.
Ballads, but yeah, I got very much into rock and roll. In America, I got into sci-fi as well. I had some top 5 albums.
Yeah?
Science
in the early
fiction,
80s, yeah.
real sort of...
Very sort of like Pink Floyd and in that area.
Because you're only a writer now, aren't you?
Well, I have my own studios in Los Angeles, and I just luckily got into scoring television. A friend of mine was working head writer for Star Trek, and he told me about a new series that was coming up for Paramount called War of the Worlds, which I don't think you've gotten here.
Yeah, I know of it. Yeah.
And I put in for it and got it. It was like 40 episodes.
Brilliant.
You know, 41 hours, which really got me off, and I've been doing features. I'm working on 2 features at the moment.
Gee, that's great.
Can I ask one thing? How did you get a green card? Because we've just had that movie with Mr. Depardieu.
Depardieu, yeah.
And what happened?
It's the time that I was there. I went to the States in '77. It was a different situation.
Right.
I didn't apply for the first year and a half I was there. My attorney just said, look, get yourself a record deal and start employing Americans, and it looks a lot better.
Yeah.
And I did. I got my green card in a week.
Actually, you started work since you went over there, didn't you? You've been working
pretty much. It's been very, very busy for me. I mean, America's been great. I really miss Australia, and I didn't get the opportunity to come down here anywhere near enough. But it's been a very broadening experience for me because I was always Thorpe here. You know, it's very hard to break, you know, hey, Thorpe, baby, babalula, you know, which is great because I love it, you know, and most people I don't think I'm crazy, and I've got some, you know, great fans here, but I needed to get away. I needed to try other things, and getting into film and into television, and I started a business that just went through the roof by accident. I got involved with one of the original Aztecs. You probably remember Tony Barber.
Yeah, Tony, yeah.
Yeah, and...
that was the toys, wasn't it?
Yeah, he asked me for some help, and I did, and we went to Mattel, and they backed a truck up to our house and dumped all this money on the lawn, you know.
Right.
I said, wow, you know. And that went for... I just really got involved for a couple of months, and I found myself in, like, Beijing and Taiwan and Hong Kong and Japan as a really straight businessman.
Yeah.
You know? And it was a great experience because I got away from music for a while. I've never had a rest from music.
Now, look, you came back for the ARIA Award?
I came back for 2 things, yeah. I didn't know about this until I got it last night. I was inducted into the Hall of Fame down here.
Which is fabulous, isn't it?
Because your records have never dated. You see, you can go back and listen to your records and they sound as though they were made yesterday, which is a great compliment to you. See, O'Keefe was like that, Johnny, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Johnny's records haven't dated either.
I don't... it's funny, I mean, obviously I don't sit around listening to my own records, but I you know, the records that were big for me here obviously don't get played in America.
Yeah.
And when I come back and listen to them, it's like listening to somebody else. I mean,
yes. Different time of your life, though.
The songs I heard last night, because they did a big collage of all old footage of me at the My Music Bowl with girls throwing their underpants on the stage.
Well, actually, those days you drew a bigger crowd than the Beatles. What did you do, about 65,000?
Yeah, we did.
You got bloomers thrown at you, didn't you?
Bloomers and, yes, and the wheels off chairs.
Now, you've got this new band that you've put together.
Well, it's not my band, no. What happened was Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac.
Who you met through your daughter, didn't you?
Yeah, my oldest daughter, Rusty, went to school with Mick's oldest daughter, Lucy.
Yeah.
And that's how we made the connection. Plus, Mick is managed by an Australian guy, Dennis Dunstan from Melbourne. And I had a Christmas party last Christmas, and Dennis was there, and he halfway through, over a few beers, he turned around and said, hey, how'd you like to go to Tassie with Fleetwood? I went, what?
Go to Tassie?
Yeah.
It's in LA.
At that stage, there was a festival in the offing, and the Zoo is a band that Mick has had as a side band to Fleetwood Mac for about 10 years, and traditionally they've had people like Roy Orbison, Eddie Van Halen.
They've guessed people join.
Yeah, it's like it's a band where people that are involved in other things can come and do, you know.
It's like a start, like the Wilburys startup, that type of thing.
Kind of like that, yeah. And so I said yes, provided we can record something. So.
So who's in the band that we would know? Obviously,
Mick Fleetwood. Yeah.
Yep.
Asante, who's the Ghanese percussionist from Fleetwood Mac. We have Becca Bramlett, who's Bonnie and Delaney. Do you remember Bonnie and Delaney?
Yes,
Bonnie Bramlett's daughter, who's just sensational. She's 23 and sings like Aretha Franklin.
And you're going to be working around Sydney?
Sydney,
Yeah,
Melbourne,
We're
Adelaide.
doing we're doing small gigs. I mean, we're doing like 2,000 seaters. We're doing, I think, St George's Leagues Club tonight. I think we're up to Shell Harbour, wherever that is.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, and The Point, I think, on Friday.
And then down to Melbourne?
In Melbourne, then Adelaide.
And then Adelaide.
We're all
Adelaide,
talking about-
Yeah, that'll be brilliant.
Yeah, it'd be great.
It's a
So,
great-
Are you getting to Tassie? You're going to end up...
Evidently, the guy that we're putting the show on was a fizz.
Oh, fly-by-nighter.
So what happened was that we're in the middle of recording.
He's used to
this thing
that. He
and it got
worked for
cancelled.
John Harrigan. Spud's laugh.
I got a call out of the
We
blue.
worked for him all, haven't we?
A friend of mine produces game shows in LA, and this is a John Harrigan story. John Harrigan used to manage the Aztecs, for those
Yeah,
people
right.
that don't know. And we had our differences. Actually, I got this call from Steve saying, Billy, I got this guy here that's using you as a reference for finance, right, for this game show. And I said, oh, yeah, who is it? And I picked the phone up and it's, hi, Bill, how are you? It's Harrigan. I haven't spoken in 30 years, you know. He's trying to use me as a reference.
The characters, I know those guys.
Oh, yeah. It's unbelievable.
Daisy Damon. Remember Ivan?
Oh,
Cloudland,
Ivan.
all that. Yeah, he
Oh, they were
goes
the
through the
days.
lot of them. Ernie Sigley.
Were you one of the first people to actually fill Surf City or have them...
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were the Aztecs. Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs in 1964 literally started the wave of music in Australia in the 60s.
Yeah.
At that stage, Melbourne didn't play Sydney bands and Sydney didn't play Melbourne bands. There was this real
we're over that
rivalry.
now.
Have a look at this, Billy. Do you remember this? We'll have a look at this. Have a look at Billy. Billy and the Aztecs. Ray Brown, the Whispers, Lynn
There was
Randell,
Lynn Randell,
Merv
Merv
Benton.
Benton.
Merv's making a fortune on the Gold Coast
I
now,
heard
building
I ran into him in
child mining
a few years
centres.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in real estate or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's funny, you know, you run into guys that come through the States,
Yeah.
and everybody's still exactly the same. I mean, nobody's really changed. You guys haven't changed
Not much.
one bit.
No, I think as we get
He
older,
has.
we...
He's
Oh,
more
seriously.
grumpy.
Am I?
Oh, he's more grumpy.
Get out of it, mate. So what's you're doing the season here for how long, Billy?
Oh,
We've
we're
been
here 3
in
weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
and
this
then...
it really turned out that we just decided to go ahead, and the reaction to the single's been phenomenal in the States. We've been offered tours now already in Italy, England, and all over the States. We're going to make an album when we get back.
Right.
So we just thought, well, let's come down and promote it anyway, and not go too big with
Yeah.
it and try and do, go into stadiums, because I don't think we draw in stadiums because it's a new thing.
I think Billy Thorpe would always draw in Australia. I really do.
Yeah.
I believe that. So what about your family? You got how many kids you got now?
My eldest daughter, Rusty, is
Yeah.
18. She's in college. And Axe, she's going to be working in the film in about 2 months. My youngest is 12, 13 this year. Lauren, she dances professionally. And
Showbiz
she's
family.
and I've never pushed them in any direction.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, I've...
Yeah, said, hang on a
take it from
second.
me. I've been there, done that. You don't want to know about it. No. And my wife, Lynn, who's a Portsea girl.
Yeah.
And,
Portsea girl, is she?
Yeah, she's from Portsea in Victoria.
Yeah.
We're very happy. I've been very lucky. My kids are great.
Good on you, mate.
Good on you.
Good on you. And
Thanks for taking the
congratulations
time
on the
this
Hall of
morning.
Fame,
Thank you for
man.
having
Thanks
me.
for coming
It's
in.
great to be here.
'Cause
Let's
he
hear it
was
from
up
Mr.
very
Billy
late.
Thorpe. Good on you, Billy.